I loaded up that right there. Let's get it done home and see what's in it. You never know till you open them up. Dragged in another one today. It's a 1.5 horsepower McCormick-Deering Type M. And it came with the wrong oiler, but oiler nonetheless. It does have the original adapter there from a 1/4 pipe to 3/8 pipe. I'll save that right there. And always your customary, usual can of bolts and nuts that don't go to anything. So we'll deal with that later. Piston came with it, no rings. It's been cleaned and got some light rust on it. I'll shove that in that electrolysis tank. That'll be like new pretty soon. I'm going to try to put that one back into the engine. And this right here, overslept this morning. Man, overslept. I mean, it was, I think it was going on 10 o'clock if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, as today progressed, everything has seemed like today's been well used. I went by the post office and I got a package. Let's just open this package and get this out of the way, and then I'll tell you about that engine right there. And that's the reason for the video. She says, where you find them old engines at right there? And I says, well, in this right here, I got this stick right here to point out some things. I'll show you something. Keep in mind, this will be on the test for sure. Guaranteed, this will be on the test. This is the I've got like 30 of these engines, M's, and this is the only one I have like this at the present time. And I was blessed to be able to buy this today at a very low price. But the fuel pump ain't no good. The magnetors are missing, and it's one of them American Bosch magnetors, made in 1923. Name tag intact. They made 5,039 units according to Mr. King's calculations in the book. But it uses that Bosch magneto, and it's unique in the way it is. It's a high-tension magneto. It's got a spark plug in it. It's something of great interest. Is this cam on this engine, and I didn't have one of them, so I'll get that off of there, and we'll compare this cam, the understrike cam, and the regular cam. So we'll compare all of them real soon. Waiting to shop door on the pole barn up yonder. Then I have to deal with that insulation. But let's this engine right here was, I think the GPS said it was 28 miles over there from. There's a toothpick in that box. Uh-oh. This is going to be interesting. I think it was a letter come with this box a little bit ago. Man, it cost $12 or something to mail that. It came to, I'll show it to this. Shop Dog Sam, if y'all looking for the address, Shop Dog Sam, P.O. Box 26, Christiana, Tennessee, 37037 on that zip there. I send it. I'll talk about it. And I got some stuff that I ain't talked about. Oh, I got some packages in yonder stashed away that I just, you know, I want to get them out on the table when I open them up. So just bear with me. If you sent me something, I'll talk about it sometime. But to get past this right here, I think I'm just going to see what's in here. Man, let's see who this is from. Oh, it's going to be alright, I think. It cost $12.71 to send this to me. And James I really thank you, because I can see what it is, you know. Thanks very much. You know. Well, that's going to fit right in. Let's get that out of there. It's a mat that's the color of my house. Man, that's all right. You know what? Life don't get much better. Yeah, I tell you what, it really don't. Thank you, James. Man, what a thoughtful gift. I tell you what. You know what? I'm gonna post this there somehow to connect this. You know Wrangler Star. I watch Wrangler Star's videos all the time, and you know, for somebody to send me this right here, this right here is about equal to somebody sending Wrangler Star a new pickup truck. I'm just saying, you know, from the heart, thank y'all. For sure. Thank you, James. Man, I'm going to take that in the house. Man, that's all right. You know what? That's all right. And for a toothpick to fall out of that, you know, is that coincidence? It's only one in the box. I mean, it's a double-ended, but well, one of them psychics could read something into that, couldn't they? I'm just saying. But back to this engine. The timing marks right here is, you know what? If they talk about this video up on Harry's old engine, by chance, if somebody references this on something that I said about this engine, I think what they'll say, if you can get past the fluff of what he's talking about. I mean, one guy said, I don't even know what he's talking about half the time. But when it was all said and done, he fixed his engine. So, you know, if you can get your engine fixed by all this nonsense that we throwing in on it, that's a good thing. You know, thumbs up nonetheless. So, I mean, that's brilliant in its own right there, you know, just thinking out loud to be able, in such a short conversation, to be able to get the toothpick and wooden pointer, and you're going to get some engine facts. Like I say, 28 miles down the road, went down there, ended up coming home with this. The son got a sewing machine and some kind of gas engine he got down there, and I got this. The fuel pump's busted out there and about gone. It uses the one that has the ears on it. The fuel line's going down there. It's got the original overflow line right there. It's got the original oiler greaser, which is in good condition. Turns quite easy right there. But it's sunk in on the top, so I'll have to take a round bottom punch and fatten that out this way. But the unique part of this is that flywheel right there. It's that long. You know, if you measured it, the back of it's that long. And on the normal one, it's only this much. That's so you can get that Bosch Magneta in there. You know, they have points in the other end of them. That's what sets the ignition off on that thing, them points. Well, if I had one of them Magnetas, I'd put it on there in a minute. But you know, I have hopes of getting one too. This one's in line in rotation to be come across the workbench in that new shop. You know, this is about the 5th engine back, so it's going to be interesting. If by that time I've not got a Magneta to go on it, then I'll go ahead and fire it with the buzz coil, because it's got the spark plug in it. It's a high tension Magneta. It's a single rod. It don't have no other mechanism back here. It relies on the points in the mag. But the thing here is gone. That butterfly's bad. That long governor rod's gone. The muffler's gone. The rocker run's been that valve's free. The rocker arm has been brazed. I think that's a homemade spring. The intake valve's completely missing, springing on. So, and I was real happy to get it. Made my day. It's that cam in there that I want to look at up close, you know, familiarize myself with it. But what's in question about this? What the lesson, you know, if you can get past all that fluff, the comparison of the one that had this American Bosch on it, and this was made in 1923, going by the serial number. 5039 was made that year, according to King's book. So, but the breather on the rear is missing, oilers are missing, magnetos are missing, fuel pumps, so let's say missing, and I think it's a good start to engine to rebuild. By all accounts, I'm going to fix that engine. Now let's go over and look at that other flywheel. Keeping in mind that these two marks are about 4 inches apart, ignition and exhaust. 1.5 horsepower M. You can observe where them timing marks is at there on that flywheel. I'm going to point them out with this wooden stick right here. Right there, that's that one on, right there on ignition, and right down there is the one on exhaust. Taking in consideration how the distance is almost twice the timing on the EK and the L as is on the American Bosch. Just for reference, it's a 1.5 horsepower M. EK mag on this particular one. This particular one right here, being a older type international with the L mag on it, 19. This is that understrike, I think, right here. Yes. The flywheel's not marked with that embossed lettering, and I didn't readily see a hash mark or anything stamped into it. So I'll have to look into that just a little bit further as to where the timing marks is at on the understrike to be reported at some point in time. As said, 1923, the rod and the piston is out, but you can see right there that gap in that gib key there. That'll be real easy to get out. One on the other side is equally as good, as is that dimple right there in the end of that cap. Be easy to get out. That turns real easy right there. That's a good one. But right in yonder is what I really wanted to study about. Is that cam lobe layout in comparison to the understrike and the overstrike. So we'll get that off at some point and do that. Been a dirt dauber in that hole. Needle valve. Chain missing. Hole in that fuel pump right there. Parts missing. Right back there is that timing mark down there at the bottom, straight up and down. That's the kind of mount that magneto has right there. big, long, wide 4-bolt thing. And right there's that long snout on that flywheel to set that distance from the engine. Said, where do you find them old engines at? Sometimes you find them in barns. Sometimes you find them in storage sheds. I heard there was a washing machine right over yonder.